Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Godappa. And in today's episode, we are going to finally see that the market has done a small rally. Now, if you see the market here, Haryali, you see a lot of green coming all across, and we will talk about why this has happened. But mainly in today's video, I want to understand what are the sectors, if we go back into an upward momentum, what are the sectors that I should be worried about, and what are the sectors that I should be bullish about. So that is what we're going to look at today. But today, after looking at this green, thank God, I feel very nice. It looks beautiful. But I have also curated some very interesting companies for you guys as well. And also, apart from that, I will talk about some interesting sectors. Now, if you look at Nifty, okay, Nifty finally has given a nice pullback from the previous support of 23,085. This was the support. It gave a pullback from this range. But even if I calculate this distance from here to here, this distance, in my opinion, is approximately 9.5%. So that means I can say safely that we still have a long way to go to come back to all-time high. But 9.5% is amazing to play, right? Why is 9.5 amazing to play? Because if I look at index going up 9.5 and if I position myself correctly, like as you can see here, it's 9.63. If I position myself correctly at this point, then I can definitely be in a good advantage position and try to knock off at least 12 to 15% extra gains in my portfolio. So that is what I am basically looking at. But before all of that happens, you will tell me, Shashank, what are some good sectors that are looking good? So if I look at some interesting sectors that are close to the 52-week high, the first sector that comes here from me is healthcare space. Now, healthcare space, mainly pharmaceuticals. As you know, the pharma index is running like there is no tomorrow. Pharma sector space has already given a breakout, but the healthcare space, even if you look at pharma, whether you look at hospitals like companies like Apollo Hospitals and Aster DM, they're all going towards all-time high breakout. Second one is basically in capital goods. These are two sectors that are currently showing some all-time high breakout kind of strength, right? Now, if I show you in, for example, capital goods, it is mainly your electric and electric power equipment. That means the power sector is doing well and the pharma sector is doing well, and they're both close to all-time high breakouts. Now, if I click on this and I just see the charts, all of it here, you will see that all the companies are currently giving a good breakout. My God, many of them are actually giving very, very good breakouts, right? But I've curated a list, so we will go through that list one by one. But these are the companies that are actually doing the breakout. Now, if you ask me, Shashank, what are the sectors that you would like to position yourself for the next 1 year? Assuming that we are going into 2026, jo bhi bacha kucha din hai, we are going into 2026. What are the sectors you will look at for 2026? And if you position yourself in these sectors, there's a very high chance that you can beat the index. Number one is definitely pharma, because what is happening is the rupee depreciation has happened and we are exporting pharma, and that is doing really well for us. Also in US, there is a patent cliff happening. So a lot of drugs are going off patent in US because of pharma. So that is a definite, good growth driver. Second, even if I look at hospitals, very good. Again, mind my English and mind my writing. It's horrible. But hospitals, I would say, is a big plus point because many hospitals recently did capex. And when they did capex, now they are coming into a point where some of the old hospitals are becoming mature hospitals. And because of that, you will suddenly see good profitability, good EBITDA margins, everything coming in the arena. So those were the two sectors. Now coming to sector number three, I would look at the power space. I would say that power is still undervalued as a space. Imagine in US, people are struggling with power. Elon Musk is saying, let's go to space and get power because there is no power on earth. And, we need compute, tokens is revenue, everything is there. India, we have not even started. Abhi tak, वो first step only has not been taken. We've not even got data centers live. Once we start getting a lot of data centers live, we will have a big problem. So in power, I am looking at mainly picks and shovels. Okay. Mainly picks and shovels mein transmission is where I'm looking at. Wires is where I'm bullish on. If you remember our old pick, again, not a recommendation, but if you remember our old company that we were tracking, Apar, look at Apar. Again, I don't have this company in my portfolio, but just look at this. By God, what the hell? Like, this is what the game is going on with Apar. Absolute momentum rally. And it's not just Apar. If I look at other companies as well, if I go to Polycab here, you'll see Polycab also is an absolute rally. If I go to KEI, you'll see KEI is also running. So everything is running on this. In this segment, the cable segment, everything is running. But again, I don't want to pinpoint to specific company, as you can see here. But basically, everything is running in this space. So as I said, point number three, I would take the power space. And I think sector number four, if I have to position myself, I would right now position myself in the AI. But I would be very careful here. Okay. because lot of what a bad spelling. I would be very careful here in the AI space only because most of them are already overvalued. So you have to be very careful when you enter and exit. And the fifth industry I am going to bet on is defense. Even though the war is over, this is the best time to start accumulating good defense because India is still going towards the defense push. And we recently did a defense webinar where we outlined five companies that we really liked. So I would say defense is a very good space to enter. So if I have to now sum it up for you guys and tell you what are the sectors, it is pharma, it is healthcare, it is power, it is AI, and it is defense. It's like doctor's handwriting. Superb, right? So these are where I would position myself. Now let's look at some interesting companies. But before that, I also believe that now I just recently saw news and I was starting to laugh because Nirmala Sitaram just admitted saying that boss, now we need foreign capital. Just 2 years ago, I remember there was a reel that came out and said we don't need foreign capital, DIs are strong, which is fine. But then don't immediately in 1 year admit and say, okay, no, no, we need foreign capital. Because we are importing, we need foreign capital. So that is why it's coming to this point. That means there's a very, very high chance that the government might intervene right now and come up with some companies to actually push the investment criteria for foreigners. That means there's a very high chance that we will see some government intervention. I kept saying, right, that for us to go up, we need government to come and push the market. So I believe that now that is going to come. I think it's come to a point where it has become inevitable. So now I feel that is going to come where the government is going to come and push some sectors as well. Awesome. Now let's look at some interesting companies. Again, these are companies that I'm looking at because today what I observed is a lot of money was moving into capital market stocks and they were moving into auto ancillary stocks. Again, none of this is a buy and sell recommendation. Please note, I'm a SEBI registered research analyst. All of this is only for educational purposes. Just learn, don't take any trades here. Okay. Now, one company, what I saw was Shriram Pistons. The Shriram Pistons was this line, it has been supporting this moving average as well. Every time it comes to the moving average, it was pinging off the moving average, and it has done it for the fourth time over here. And right now, it has again come to a breakout zone over here, as you can see. So it's looking very interesting from a pick perspective. It's looking very interesting, right? Again, not a pick, but this is looking very interesting. This is just one company. If I show you another company that is also looking very interesting, for example, there is SJS, which is again in the auto ancillary space. I'm showing you the movement. Look at this. This is also looking very good. A little bit, I would agree that it has gone up quite a bit. We're looking at the weekly chart. If you look at the daily chart, it has gone up quite a bit. But from fundamental standpoint, this company has been looking really, really good. Let me go to TradingView and show you the others. The third company that is looking very good is FIEM India, again in the auto ancillary space. So again, money was moving here. If you see 3.38% up today, and FIEM, even though it is more like a commodity player, which does headlights, but it is also picking up some steam here, right? Coming to capital market, Motilal Oswal looks again interesting because it just gave a nice break gap, liquidity break, 5.74% up today. Volumes are quite low, and that means somebody is buying internally, and there is a lot of headroom ahead to go for all-time high. Novama, same thing. Novama is already at all-time high. It is now going to break out within the next few maybe weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You will see a breakout coming from Novama, assuming this continues. Other companies that look good is Avalon, your Aeroflex, which comes in the power sector, which comes in the data center-ish sector. But again, I would say this is supremely overvalued, sitting at extremely high P ratios. And everything has been calculated from a forward perspective. You have the Diamond Power, and you also have RateGain. RateGain ka abhi wo acquisition hua, wonderful acquisition. So that is going to now start playing out as well. So again, RateGain is also looking very interesting from this point onwards, right? But all in all, I would say that if you ask me overall, I think all of this is very good. Finally, we are seeing some revival in the market. Hopefully, we go up another 4-5 days and then take a pause. But there is a very high chance that profit booking can happen. In fact, today I saw that in the morning we went up a lot. I think then FIIs woke up and said, you know what, there's still taxes. So I think we need to exit. So I won't be surprised if we see FIDI data coming towards the end of the day where FIIs have sold a lot. But again, I think overall, still a bullish position from my end. And I believe that we should finally get out of this and we should start making some money in the market. But anyway, until that, you can still keep following me. You can still keep watching me, and I'll keep you guys updated as well. This is me, Shashank Gurupa, signing off, guys. Take care. See you. Bye bye.